last time we talked, I have this all written down. Alarm is you were saying that you fight constantly, right?
Mm,
3 times a week. You don't feel like your girl trusts you.
no, I know she doesn't trust me.
The thing I think, like, I really wanna get to, though, today was this was, like, a deep line that you said. It was, "My parents didn't agree about anything with each other." Like, they would always fight, and the only thing that they agreed on was that I'm nothing.
No.
I wrote that down. Like, that kind of a feeling, like, what you're going through, bro, is tough. Like,
Yeah.
that was one of the things that hit home for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you were so honest, and that's what made me be like, "Oh, okay, like, let me ask my mentors here what their opinion is." You know what I'm saying? Because you were fed so many bad opinions starting young.
Well, I mean, when I was young, like, I don't know, it was really conflicting, like, when I was growing up, cause they'd say, one moment, like, everybody hates me, and at the same time, they're telling me, "You're so smart. You're gonna do so much, Jay, but god damn it, I should have had you aborted or something." Like, it would just rotate. It was like emotional whiplash, kind of. So, now
Yeah.
now I'm old and older, and now I feel like, at the same time, like, I need to live up to, like, double their standards or something because, "Oh, you're so smart, you're so, amazing, like, blah, blah, blah," and at the same time, I feel worthless at the same time because 'cause they're like, they put me down, at the same time, they try and lift me up. It was
Yeah. You didn't know what to believe, so to speak.
but now I feel like, I mean, I just wanna feel, maybe more worth it, like, worth it, and, some self-control may help me deal with all those things. But,
Do you feel like you're in control of your life?
hmm, um, I mean, meh, like, I mean, I guess I am. Nah, maybe not, cause like, I was a teacher, because my mom, all 4 of my sisters are teachers, my stepdad was a teacher, and I think my sister is the one who got me that job.
You were following your family tree. You were following what your family had designated as the correct path.
Yeah, they're, like, all different ranges of teachers, some are doctors, some are, like, just, middle school all the way up to doctor, yeah. So, like, yeah, I mean, I guess I was just going the path that, was least resistance, if everyone in your family's a teacher, they can tell you, you need to do this, 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 and that, just, I never really needed to like try. Things came easy for me, like I would just
Can
like
I um can I interject here?
yeah.
So growing up for me, I was in a family of medical professionals. I had basically every single one of my family members was in the medical field, and anyone who went into fields such as construction were basically looked at as failures in life, not through whatever I believed, but through family pressure, family putting down other family members, if you get what I mean. So most of my life built up to college, I was the same exact way. I was coasting through it. Nothing really seemed like it was difficult for me, but I always had this inkling in the back of my head where uh, I was going to go into the medical field because I wanted to make my parents proud of me because I didn't really get that a lot as a kid. So I wanted to make them proud, I guess. There's not no easy way to put that. But when I finally left their house, left their rules, went out on my own, I found out that I hated it. I hated being under their wing, so to speak. So, and it made me quite depressed, made me suicidal, as a matter of fact. Uh, and it took me 2 additional years of just trying to search until I found the career I wanted to do, where I actually felt happy, where I actually felt like I was doing something I wanted to do. And we talked. I believe you and I talked a little bit, how you wanted to be a network administrator, right? That was
Mhm.
you.
Yeah, but that's not like it's a bit more complicated than that for me, right?
Okay.
Like I can kind of get that, but it's not like they wanted to force me into the teaching field. Like when you asked me do I feel like I have control, right? That's kind of accurate, right? Like I kind of had like I guess I kind of just have like more of a little laid back attitude towards a lot of things, and like it's catching up to me. 'Cause, like, now I'm like 27, right? I always went through the path of least resistance, right? Originally, I said I didn't wanna be a teacher, but it was the path of least resistance, so I followed that path because family laid out the path, follow the path. Got out of, now I'm sitting here, but I also, I got a lot of certificates and stuff and other degrees, but, I mean, now I'm 27 and hell, I'm 27. I've got 3 degrees, like 4 certificates, and that's not because, I don't know, I mean, yeah, I like learning, but that's not because of that. That's because I have I'm 27, I have no fucking clue what the hell I wanna do. Like, I have no clue, like, at all. I just kinda, accept, just do like, I
Mhm. And
like, I
I just have to let you know this one thing, young man, and I appreciate you coming on here and allowing us to just listen to what you have to say, and I chime in any way we can. Lark, 27 is young. Anything in your 20s is young. Anything in your 30s is you're young. Anything in your 40s is young. I don't want you thinking 27 is old. Old is like a concept in our mind, like, oh, but what it is you're comparing yourself to where you think 27 should be versus where you're at currently right now. But don't compare yourself to anyone's journey but your own. You're allowed to learn lessons all the way up until the last day you're living. So it's okay to be 27 and not know it. I finished college and got a job in mortgage, and I didn't even get a job with the degree I got. So it can always work out. I'm listening. You're trying to tell me something.
oh, that wasn't me.
Okay.
Oh,
So
you were
here's
trying to
what I
say
want to
something.
say real quick.
Okay.
Average man gets big at the age of 35, bro. You're still young. Average millionaire gets successful at the age of 35. You're still got a lot of years in you, bro. It's not over. That's first and foremost. Go ahead, DJ. What were you saying?
I was just saying that man, Larb, I finished college. I was looking for jobs. Just you finish school, you think, hey, I got this degree. It's supposed to get me a job, and the reality is that's not always true. Boils down to you as a person. You can switch fields. You could go back to school. You could literally start over, lose all your degrees, get your degree again in another 4 years, and still end up perfectly fine. So saying all of that just to say this: um, don't judge where you're at right now. Don't be so hard on yourself. It's we're all learning. That's what life is. It's a learning. Welcome to the University of Life. It's a learning experience. And no one has it all figured out. 27. That's a myth. I don't even think our parents did. But nowadays the world is changing so fast that it's give yourself time to realize, hey, it's okay if I don't have all the answers. It's okay if I don't have all the
Yeah.
accolades or money. Or it's okay if my body doesn't look like I want it to look in the end. Because you know what? You still got tomorrow to look forward to figure it out. So as long as you keep that in your mind, don't ever compare yourself to anyone, man. Not even your family, not any of your friends, just to who you were yesterday. And if you can say, hey, you know what? I think I did a little bit better than yesterday. You're in the right place, man. I'm listening. I want to hear what you guys have to say.
Nah.
if I followed my my goals when I was in high school, like of what I wanted to be, I would have had a kid at 21, had a doctorate at 23, be living in a mansion when I was 25. And when I think about that stuff, I don't think, "Man, I fucked up really hard," compared to my goals I had as a kid. I think, "Wow, I did not I set my expectations too high, and it caused me to just dive, I guess."
You know what? Like, a lot of people don't think this way, but I really think that this is truth. I'm convinced now. Is wherever there's a negative in life, something bad, somewhere along the line, something is being strengthened. There's some good coming out. It's like a scale. So you get hurt, right? And then you see this, the pain, the hurt, the suffering, but then somewhere else along the line, it's getting lifted. I truly believe that. And our job as human beings is finding that positive. Where's that gold in my life that I got to offset this bad shit I went through? For real. At the very, very, very bottom minimum, my mentor said this. He's not in here, like he said, the reason why you go through all this bullshit and dumb shit in your life and fuck shit in your life, the reason why you go through all that is to raise your consciousness. All the hard times, all the suffering, all the trials and tribs, the reason why you go through all that is to raise your consciousness. Does that make sense? Raising your consciousness is what? You can see big picture a lot of the time. You can intake data fast. You can memorize things better. There's a lot of power behind consciousness, bro. But the reason why you go through all those hard times is to raise your consciousness, bro. And so, what am I saying? I'm saying that at the very bar minimum, what you get. But I truly think like that. Every negative in your life, every bad hardship, whatever, there's some positive running around in your life. Now, I'm not promising that everybody sees that, finds that, and is grateful for that and runs with that. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is there's some sort of positivity there. There is. Perfect example, when I went through some tough shit, I had a really tough childhood, bro. Really rough childhood. And like that helped me understand and empathize with people really well. I'll tell you that. Helped me empathize and understand people on such a deep level. Like I'm so good at connecting and seeing from their perspective. And so I believe everything, just like what? In the gym, your muscles have to tear, right? In order for you to grow, get bigger, for you to actually get swole, get buff, bro, like your muscles have to tear.
Yeah,
That's all I wanted to say.
it's true.
So we're going to do that. We ain't going to try to find everything all in one sitting. What we will try to start to find in your life is where's the gold at? That's first step. Because you got a lot to unpack, unravel, and then you with your girl, like there's a lot under this hood. But I'm not all about everything overnight. Let's just do one step at a time. What's up, Bradley? Welcome back. And then the one step at a time, bro, is going to be what's the positives in your life, bro? What do you wake up and what are you grateful for? So that's the first top 3 things, top 5 if you can. If you can. But top 3 things, let me know in your life, what's the most positive shit in your life? And then here's a flag too. Cole can't be top 3. We already know that. You know what I'm saying? Cookie can't be top 3. So, what's the top 3 things in your life, not Cookie? We already know she top.
But well, top 3, not including her, I guess. Um, I don't know, my mom, I guess.
Okay?
Um,
Good. Why?
because I mean, she hasn't always been the best mom, but she's always been there, so that means a lot to me. Um, I guess I'm not starving, you know? Like,
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's
Yeah, you're not starving,
good.
man. That's good. Yeah, keep it going.
um, um, I
What
guess
statistics? What's the statistic in America? Like, uh, I don't want to butcher this, but it's something along the lines of like, if you live in America and then you have at least $2 to your name, you're like richer than what, like 72% of the world or something like that.
I think it's something like that.
So, bro, like, okay, you're not starving. You got over $2. What else? What else?
Uh, I I'm fairly healthy, so that's good, I guess.
Do you think smoking took a toll on your body?
Good.
Probably,
Yeah.
probably, yeah.
Definitely.
But I'm not, on life support or something. So I guess, that's
Yeah.
a that's a good thing.
Yeah. You can still wake up another day.
So yeah. So I guess not starving, health, uh, my mother. Yeah. Since I can't include a cookie on that list. So
Another thing is like to be real with you, like this is like the fourth or fifth hour that I've met you and learned what you know and pick your brain and see what you're going through. Like you're not stupid. You're what they consider high functioning, bro. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I understand you because I've also been through what you've been through. You have a smart brain, but your subconscious mind, aka the heart, the body, doesn't want to move, doesn't want to budge. And so doesn't matter how active the brain is and how much it wants to go. If the body doesn't budge, you ain't getting nothing done. And I get that. I've been through the same thing, bro.
yeah, hope.
So you're a
Yeah.
smart guy. Don't get that twisted with the 3 certificates, the 2 degrees. Like, you're not stupid.
No. Well, I know I'm not. You know that I'm not. I know I'm not stupid. That's the only thing that I know. But like.
Would it be alright if I said something? This is Bradley.
Oh, what's up, Brad?
Yeah, so listen, you got the right mentality, man, as far as, you're still breathing. You're not poor. God gives us every day is a gift is what I feel like, And as far as, use what you learned the day before, or in other words, better yourself each day to prepare yourself for the next day. Going off of what Jason was saying as far as the trials, tribulations, I feel like every experience I've had, man, is, preparing me to, you know, the end goal, which is, helping out more and more people as we get wiser, as we get older. But the truth is without those trials, you wouldn't be able to relate to anybody. Without those experiences, Jason and I were talking about it earlier, without life experience, you can't really speak with that conviction. And I would just go for graphic arts, man. I have my degree in graphic arts and I wanted to start my own clothing company. But here I am, a mortgage banker, but I'm diving deep into people's financials and helping them set up their future generations, their kids. for success. That's what it comes down to is what are we going to leave as our legacies, and you might not know it right now, but the truth is every day you're preparing. I know I don't go to the gym every day and I'm not going to be buff tomorrow, but it's that journey that you got to fall in love with, right?
Ah,
Not knowing where you're going is almost as beautiful as knowing, like or achieving that goal, if that kind of makes sense.
not knowing where you're going is just as beautiful as knowing where you're going. That is deep,
Right.
bro.
Yeah, I
If
get
that
it.
Write
now
it
makes
down.
No, but that's also another thing. Like, why does everybody have to know where they're gonna go, and it has to be success, and it has to be everything that they planned? Why does it always have to? Life always have to be like that? For most, not
It's human
all.
nature.
Correct, human nature. Thank you.
Yeah.
But for most, not all, it's because they don't trust and believe, and also, like, they don't trust and believe they're gonna get to the finish line, right? So that they need to see the whole plan. They need to see the whole movie and setup before they even take a step. You get what I'm saying? But then that's the whole knowing is everything. Bradley, that was so deep. Not knowing is just as good as knowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes we want to just hurry up and like live life, get to the end picture. Um, but that's what causes, I think, a lot of the stresses that we go through is because we're just trying to hurry up and live and fit in this mold or this kind of system that we set for ourselves. Um, rather than taking a step back and breathing. But you've already taken the biggest step there is, which is questioning what it is you want to do with your life. And even if you don't know, you have no idea, the fact is that that came to mind. That's the biggest step, because some people don't
Exactly.
even have that
Yes. I like
thought
that.
until
Yeah.
late in their life, or if at all.
Um, I mean,
That's all good. All that stuff is great. And just preparing yourself, like I was saying, for what's coming. But if you don't know what's coming, then prepare yourself, in ways of things that you're passionate about. I've always been passionate about people, and the older I get, the more I realize that it's all about people. Because in the end, I don't believe any of us can really, leave to eternity with a U-Haul attached to us, or we're not carrying anything with us, right? So, I try to be more in the moment than ever before. Be present in this moment to where, you're paying attention to that person, rather than thinking about tomorrow, because it's almost selfish, right? When like you need our help, we're all present in this moment for you, right? So it's the same concept, like you need to pass that along. When someone else needs help or advice or whatever, just be present in that moment. As I think our whole generation has lost that.
um, like, part of I feel like part of my problem is like only like I don't know, like recently, like I mean, I've been depressed for a while, but only like recently have I like sat down there and been like, well, hold on. I can't just like keep putting stuff off. I can't just keep like not thinking. I have to like think about it. I have to like I can't just keep flowing because I just flow through everything. I just I mean, it's like it feels like either like, the future haunts me because I'm not living up to what I want, like what I feel like I should be doing because I feel like everyone put a lot of like burden or standards on me. And then the past haunts me because like, I mean, when I was growing up, like it wasn't like the best. It was very, it was shitty. Like, and so now like the present haunts me because I have to keep like, I just wanna be satisfied, like, where I'm at, like, just be satisfied, and every time I just stop and think, it's like a nightmare, it, like, panics me about, like well, it doesn't even panic me, it just I guess it just puts me in, like, some kind of form of, like, I don't know, melancholy where I just have to kinda just sit there and just be like, "Well, fuck it." Throw my hands up, and just kinda let it flow. Just but that's my problem, like,
Well,
and
no, no, no. It's not a, so not everything has to be a negative bad thing, bro. And not everything has to be a problem. That's first and foremost. Not everything has to be a bad, negative thing, and not everything has to be a problem. Some things are clues. You know, you just said right now, you said hands in the air. I give up, right? Right, Larb?
Yeah.
That's
You know
not a
what I think
bad
you know what I think
thing.
he's looking for, man?
That's not a bad thing, Larb. You know what I'm saying? Is you giving up is not a bad thing. Because here's another thing. Sometimes you got to give up and let everything go in order to see, okay, what's really worth holding on to now?
I
Because
like
life's
that.
not
Yeah.
over. Life's not over. And trust me, you are not going to give up for long. There is that. You know what I mean? You're not going to give up for long, bro. Like, we're desire factories. We humans are desire factories. You'll get another desire. Trust me. The world's never shortage of desire and want. We are desire factories. You'll get the next desire, Larb, even if you give it all up now. In the future, there'll be new desires. And so, even giving up right now is not a bad thing. Sometimes you need to give it all up to like look at the pieces of what you got and start from reset. Step 0. It's not a bad thing. So I just
think
want
Brad was
to
gonna say
go
something,
ahead, DJ.
and then
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'll
Hold
be
on,
chiming after Brad.
DJ. Go ahead.
Yeah, after Brad.
I just wanted to say real quick, like, kind of going off of what Jason was saying was, I think you're on the right track as far as, giving up, is not a bad thing, but, maybe look at it as far as maybe you're just taking a step back to get 2 steps forward. What it comes down to is what I'm saying is I wouldn't know Jason and DJ, David Jackson, if I didn't, go a different direction, go a different route by taking a step back and evaluating my situation, right? But trying something new, right? I didn't know I want to be a mortgage banker. I've tried to be a loan officer in the past, and it was like speaking another language when they were teaching me, but with, just trying multiple avenues and keep attempting different ways and keep moving forward is
Trying new
what I think
things.
yeah, what I think the whole life is about is just to keep pressing through, keep moving forward, man. And it's hard for me to be depressed and kind of like feel the way you felt, even though I did feel that way at one point, but I've seen too much in my life and experienced too much, man. Like I've been to Africa, I've seen these kids in dumps, man, and they grew up with nothing and they're not going to have what we have now in our lives. They'll never see their whole entire life. Like Jason kind of said it, if we're more richer than most others, considering what little what we have right now and what little there really is out there. So it's a humiliating experience that like you have all the technology, all the resources, all the tools, all the smarts, all the wisdom, all the life experience up to now to press forward, right? To keep moving forward and trying something new. Maybe that just wasn't the path. But Edison didn't invent the light bulb in first try. Took 200 and some odd tries. But he didn't give up. That's where failure comes in, is giving up. Giving up as far as he looked at it as he found 200 and some odd ways that it didn't work, right? Until he found the way it did work. But it's the same concept with looking for your purpose in life. And that's, society tells us men need a purpose, right? Well, find your purpose, find your passion, and therefore you'll find your future.
Another thing you can also look for in your day-to-day life is patterns. A lot of patterns, the patterns that you do from day to day can actually stem and start your depression from in episodes. So you need to be careful. You need to be careful that you're not always doing the same thing day to day, as that can kind of limit you. It limits you in your thought processes and in these very depressive episodes.
Lark, what I was saying is that I was listening to you. You said that the future kind of gives you anxiety because you don't know what's going to happen, and in the past, it kind of hunts you because quote unquote, it was kind of shitty. Like the way you came up wasn't the best. And then you said that you know what, the present moment is tough for you as well because you're either going to think about one or the other, the future or the past. And my encouragement for you, man, was just to uh, remember those 3 things you mentioned: mom, you've got good health, and what was the third one? I'm sorry, I thought I had wrote it
Not
down.
starving.
Oh, you're not starving. You got good health. You're not starving, and you got a great girlfriend, right? So, here's a little tip that we've talked about in this podcast. It's just called practicing being grateful. This is one thing that can actually shift your whole mindset and give you, more power, so to say, like in a lot of distance from feeling that feeling of being depressed. Because being depressed is a feeling more than anything. And so whenever you start feeling like that, oh man, the future's coming. The past sucks. It's haunting me. It's right behind me. If you can get in the present moment and just start remembering, hey, you know what? My mom was there for me. Or you know what? Hey, I ate today. Hey, my health is actually pretty good. And, kind of focus on those things. It's all going to always boil down to the thoughts that you allow yourself to think. But most people don't know that they're not thinking about what they're thinking about. They just allow the future thoughts to come in. Oh man, the future is going to suck because I don't know what's going to happen. Or, oh man, the past is so hard. It never goes away until you realize, you know what, I'm going to choose what I'm going to think about today. So I just wanted to, that was my encouragement for you. If you can choose your thoughts, and if it really gets tough, if you can step back and just remember two or three things you're grateful for, that's always helped me out. And someone else has the floor.
Yeah.
Absolutely. On that thing, just to add one thing to what you're saying, with applying everything that he's saying, it will even start to make you look forward to the future rather than afraid of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't say I'm afraid of it or anxious about it. I'm what do you call it? I'm more like afraid more or anxious about my I don't lack of ability it feels like I just don't care, right? Like my like I should care more about things, but I don't, right? Like
Like
I
what?
just like anything. Like I just don't it's maybe it was like the years of all the medication and stuff and but maybe it I don't know. Like I just kind of when I think of things I don't have an anxiety problem. It's just nothing. It's oh man, think of oh I could do something, great or I could look forward to this, but no, like just no, just nothing. Nothing there.
You don't care type thing?
It's I know I should care, right?
But
I
you're numb
should.
to it.
Yeah, that's it. I'm numb.
So, so let me ask you this then. When you said, I believe Future said that your girlfriend's name is Cookie.
Mhm.
So anytime like Cookie's involved, do you feel that way as well?
Mm, no, I want to, do things to help her, I want to do things maybe if I work harder, I can make her life easier kind of thing, but I don't um I feel what do you call it? How do I put it? You know, like a lot of people y'all have this innate feeling, right? That y'all want to do something or need to do something on your own accord. You know what I mean? Right? But for me, I kind of look at everything is it's either a duty or an obligation or, it's for someone else, right? It's never I don't
For you.
yeah, I don't but when it comes to me or I feel like I should have that ambition or that motivation, it's just a giant gaping hole there where I feel like something should definitely be, but there's just nothing there.
Do you
And
think? Oh, sorry.
oh no, it's okay.
I was gonna say, do you think that's actually you said earlier that that's you had coasted through life, never really trying. Do you think that was stemmed from from what you did earlier in life? That is what pointed you towards that direction now?
I don't I mean I never really needed to try because I mean I don't think it comes from I don't know because I don't know if it has some kind of connection because I mean through I mean I was like a bad kid up in I was a bad kid up until I was 17, right? Now you know but even while doing that I never really needed to try, right? Like, I would, like, if I just, like, I don't need to study or I don't need to do anything, if I just, like, get something in front of me, bam, I'm done. I know it. I know what it is. Like, I know how to answer everything, and I did that through college too. I never studied a day in my life, or I mean, I just, I read philosophy and all kinds of books and stuff, but that's just because I enjoy it. Like, but I don't like I don't have that motivation. Like, I just kinda, like, I know that if I enter a room with something, I will be fine. Like, I don't but I feel like there's a hole there. Like, there's like a hole, like, people I'm not, like, crazy, right? Like, y'all have, like, an ambition, like a thing in you that pushes you. I don't have that.
You
And
do. Cookie.
like, I mean
You have an ambition, you have a goal with her, you want to set up a future with her. That is your ambition, even if you don't see it yourself sometimes, you fight, you keep on fighting for her, and that's what's been pushing you forward. You said that you view everything as a duty, and sometimes life feels that way. It feels like a duty. It feels like a struggle. That's because it's always going to be a struggle.
And
It's
not only that, it's like a lot of people think like dreams, passion, and purpose a lot of times, and sometimes it's like this, not all the time, but it's like a major league home run. Like I found this when I was 5 years old, and now I'm an Olympian at 17, snowboarding, winning gold medals. You know what I'm saying? But at the age of 5, I picked up this snowboard. Like a lot of people think that's the story. And to some, there are stories like that, right? Like Justin Bieber type, is young, got him. Now he's at Walmart singing. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like a lot of people think it's like that, and sometimes it's like that. But also sometimes it's like the Kurt Warner story, right? The Warner story is he won so many Super Bowls and whatever. Like sometimes greatest quarterback, but he started off pushing grocery carts. He didn't know everything what he was gonna do, yada yada yada. Like he got the snowball rolling in his life. And like that's what we need to do with you. You're right. It's not going to be like a major league bong. I hit it out the park. I know where my goal is, and we running 200 miles an hour. You start off with the snowball, bro, and that's what Fuchsia's kind of
Yeah.
mentioning is that snowball is cookie. You get what I'm saying, bro? It doesn't have to be all big, grandiose. So like, start off small, and we'll build that snowball into an avalanche. Don't worry. Just start off small. And what Tony Robbins says is like the momentum thing. You know what I mean? 92-year-old woman able to run 26 miles. How did she start? Tony Robbins asked. She started from her house to her mailbox and back. Then a little bit more every day and back. Then a little bit more every day and back. And so that's going to happen in your life. When right now, you don't have nothing. Let's not go that far. You don't have nothing, you have something. And just nourish that, which we'll work on and you're working on. Just nourish that. And then next step. You know what I mean? You'll find the next step thing to do. You'll find the next thing to do. It'll be a snowball into an avalanche, bro.
You got to water the plant for it to grow.
no.
Questions always have answers. So the fact that you started asking these questions means we're gonna find an answer. It may not appear today, may not be tomorrow, but it's on the way. So the fact that you're even asking, I just know you're gonna figure it out, man. We're all rooting for you.
Facts. And I'll give this like 20 more minutes because I don't want to take up everyone's time. But Larv, like even so far, I'm so happy for all this. For all y'all, for everything that's happening, all of this. I appreciate you, Larv, for being open, honest, and transparent. I appreciate all of us showing him love and telling them the best tools that we know, so to speak.
Yeah. and it's just as much helping. I can't speak for everyone, but it's just as much as helping me as it is you, man. So just being here, being able to like share thoughts and stories, all this stuff helps, man.
Yeah, does help.
You don't know who's gonna hear this, bro, and then you were like the voice for them. They're like, "Thank you. We didn't have to, go through that, and I didn't have to share that. He spoke for me. Exactly what he was feeling, what I was feeling."
I hope
You
that.
huh?
I hope it helps somebody.
Yeah, you have no idea who you'll influence, bro. But I love how we're starting with honesty. Okay, so this is the last thing that I just want to like get down today. And we'll reiterate this over and over again so like it ingrains in your subconscious, so to speak. But I want you to start thinking in this form and fashion is number one, I realized this, and ever since I started teaching this in counseling, it really was healing and helping was this. And this is how like a lot of Buddhist monks think, so to speak. Um is life can be very hard or very easy. It really can. Right now it's tough for you. Let's just say life can be very fucking hard or very easy. Now, how could you have it easy? Right? Is the question, right, Larv?
Yeah.
Not wanting anything. Just don't want anything. Who the fuck cares? Let it go. Don't want shit, bro. And that's real. That's facts. Like if you want life to be easy as fuck, don't want shit. Nothing. You good. And then bare minimum, like, yeah, stay survive, like get oxygen in your nose, you know what I'm saying? Like eat food, like drink water. But like other than that, who the fuck cares? Cause that's how you make life super easy. Now, the tough part is this. When you start to want things like a girlfriend, a house,
Kids.
all this will come with responsibility and cost. A family, even shoes. There's upkeep, you know? Everybody knows about cleaning your shoes with baby wipes, get the smeared dust off. Like, so everything takes like responsibility and a cost to it. It does. That's facts. We can't change that.
That's true.
So life can be super easy, bro. Just give it all up. Who the fuck cares? Go to Tibet, go in the mountains. You good by yourself. You good dolo. But when you start to want things, that's when you need to start taking responsibility. And that is being more mature in manhood, right? When you start a family, you start to realize, okay, I have to make sacrifices to get what I want. Big picture. You know what I mean? That's why I love that game BDO, Black Desert Online, because it teaches you every single day, do what you can, use the tools you have, and think long-term goal marathon. Life is a marathon, and the things that you want, sometimes it takes a marathon of a run to get, bro. But that becomes now up to you, Larb, is what do you want? Do you want with Cookie, girlfriend? Do you want her as a wife? Do you want family? Well, if you do want family, everything will come with the cost and responsibility, bro. The question is now, do you want to accept that responsibility and actually uphold and upkeep that responsibility? Because just because you accept the responsibility doesn't mean shit. You got to put the work in, is what we always say in here. You do. Accepting isn't shit. It's the putting the work in and actually being consistent and following through. And I'll tell you this, Larv, ain't no way around it, is what like Future says. Ain't no way around it, bro. There's no faking this shit. There really isn't. Of getting a good, healthy family, whatever it is, good, healthy relationship, It takes sacrifice, responsibility, bro. I wish it was different. I wish this was Disney. You know what I'm saying? But it's not. This is real facts. And so you as a man got to accept, and we're going to go through this, bro. Real talk. And these other sessions that we do, we'll go through what the fuck you actually really want. And then we'll look at the price and the cost of it and the responsibility. And is you willing to take all that? Is what they say. You know what I mean? Like, so we'll go through all this, bro, with you, step by step. But you are the captain of your own life. We cannot do the push-ups for you. There's that. And that's life, bro. Like, we can't change that. I don't care how many people we get in here in this nobody can change that, bro.
He's already trying to get the push-ups in, though. He did come here.
Facts.
I get it.
Facts.
And I know he talks a lot about putting in work, and you know, people, a lot of people associate it with, you know, it being tough, and it is, you know, but it doesn't have to be miserable. It doesn't have to be something that you know you dread to do. You know, if you put in a goal, whatever you want to accomplish, you know, you can set it up in a way that it's, you know, that it motivates you. You know, energizes you, makes you want to do it and keep pushing forward.
Sometimes those goals can be really big, or sometimes they can be really small. The problem is that when you have a big goal, you got to keep at it. You got to keep on thinking about it every single day. Things such as, for example, getting a house. You gotta be on that shit every single day, saving that money, making sure you keep on that grind mindset to make sure that you make that money to pay for a down payment and keep up the upkeep on a house. You gotta make sure that you're constantly thinking about it. You can't have breaks when it comes to when it comes to goals like that. But is don't be too hard on yourself if you can't make the goal. That's the most important thing. Because once you start getting too hard on yourself, that's when you start going down, if that makes sense.
It does.
I couldn't agree more with you, Fuchsia. You know, a lot of my friends are asking, you know, that year we were shut down, you know, it's like, yeah, it was easy when we were shut down to save money. Nobody was going out. Plus, I was, you know, took a step back to live with my grandparents to be able to afford to buy my own place. I was tired of paying rent, you know, but every time, you know, I had a chance to go out on a date, guys, guess what? I said no. And I put $200 in my savings as if I did go out on a date. Right. So watching that money stack up, you know, by not going out and sacrificing actually was more fulfilling than even going on that date. I've been on thousands of dates, you know, so I've already know, you know, how that ends, right? But guess what? What if I, you know, go left instead of right this time? You know, what if I try something completely different? That's the sacrifice. That's, I think, is what everybody's talking about, right, guys?
Yep.
Those little results will start to motivate you. Once you start to
Yes.
see them, you see the seeds sprout, the little, you know, the first leaf. It motivates you. You know, it makes you want to see what else can I do, what else can I apply this to and accomplish. So, very
Newton's
energizing.
law. An object at rest wants to stay at rest. An
Yes.
object in motion wants to stay in motion.
Yes.
Yeah.
So use this as motivation and as your momentum, to, you know, to bettering yourself, to being a better boyfriend for Cookie, right? And just to be a better person all around for anybody around you, right? For your next, you know, your next adventure in life.
Can
Keep
I
moving forward.
can I interject here? I
Mhm.
actually have a nice little idea that I remember from like 10 plus years ago that still is on my mind day to day. Uh, so every single day, if you get something as simple as a mason jar, every single day you find yourself grateful or like excited about something, write it down and put it in a little mason jar. So whenever you're feeling this way, feeling depressed, you can look back on it and see all these goals, aspirations, kind words, kind actions, kind gestures, and it'll help you realize that what you're going for is something big and it's something very important for you.
That's a good idea.
You know what else? I would even add, and I know DJ would vouch for me here. Everything that happened to you that day that's like a positive that you're grateful for. Train your brain for gratitude. So everything in your life, like, oh, Cookie made me cookies today. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything that's positive in your life, I would also put it in that jar, so to speak. Like, so you train your brain for gratitude in your life, and you train your brain to find it. Like, oh, that was a dope thing. Somebody asked for me to get promoted in my job.
Because when you're depressed, you don't see those kind things, and sometimes it's hard for you to get yourself out of that funk. So if you have something physical there, it helps you remember, that this depressive episode isn't gonna last, and that you can continue on being positive and keep on moving forward.
And you know what I've learned, guys, is it's okay to have a bad moment and get depressed. We're all human, right? But don't let the depression take over your whole entire day. How much time in a day do we have? Have a bad moment. Don't have a bad day, right?
Oh,
Spot
So
on,
look at
spot on.
that jar. Look at that jar. Once you have a bad moment, then I guarantee the rest of your day will be better when you see all the good things you've done for everybody around you. When you actually see
Yeah,
it.
it's like Brad saying, it's okay to become depressed sometimes, but don't stay depressed. Don't stay in a
Yeah.
constant state of depression 24/7. We all get depressed sometimes. You know, I looked at the gas and was like, man, that sucks. And then I looked at my bank and said, wow, I got the money for the gas. Thank you. So there was
There you
another
go.
side of it. So we don't
Thank God I have a
don't
car
short
to
our
put
man.
gas in.
Yeah,
Right?
It's all right to feel.
Oh, let's go, guys.
We're human. We're gonna feel those feelings, but
Yeah.
just pick and choose which way you want to feel. More constantly. Thanks for that, Brad. That was good.
Yeah. Don't let it, overtake you, man. Like, and it's so easy to let it overtake you, man, because once you let one thought, it just grows. It snowball effects in a negative way, right? And take back and do what Fuchsia says. Look at that jar. Think of all the good things that happens and where you are in your life and the opportunity that we have just living here in America, just being born in the right place at the right time with all the technology we have to talk to each other the way we are now.
yeah.
Right?
Yep. And know that good times and bad times, it's a wave throughout your day, throughout your life, throughout your every moment you have. It's a wave. You're going to have your ups and your downs, and just understand that there's always going to be downs as long as you live, but there's always going to be an up that follows. And so as long as you approach it the right way, and don't keep pushing down, you know that there's always going to be something to learn from that'll push you right back up and right back on track.
That's
There's
good,
a
Thor. Yeah, that's really good.
Yes, sir. There's like a Chinese proverb that piggybacks off what Bradley says is pain is inevitable, suffering is optional.
Yeah.
So y'all saying don't stay there.
Ooh,
Go ahead.
ooh, I like that.
Yes,
Spot
sir.
on, man. I love it. Yeah, don't let it ruin your whole entire day. And like, kind of picking back off of what that gentleman was saying was like, it's like like the tide, right? The tide's up sometimes, the tide's down sometimes, but as we're alive, the tide's still moving, right? Every day is a gift, man. Take yesterday, learn from it. Tomorrow's a new day. It's a gift, right? You get to write that whole, a whole nother chapter, a whole nother page in your book.
Yep. Look at each down with an opportunity to learn from it, because guarantee if you do, you won't go back down to that same low again. You've
Oh,
conquered it.
bars.
That's money.
Whoa, write that down. Write that.
Mhm.
Yeah, is
That's
you
great.
catching all this, Larf?
That's that growth, guys. Like, watering, right? Taking that negative, using it as fuel or food to grow.
I
Yeah,
really
that's
It's all about growing, guys. There's no such thing as staying still, I think, in life anymore. You're not getting passed by, you're deteriorating if you're not moving forward and growing. And just by, like I said, you inquiring on this and asking us for our advice and allowing us to speak into your lives, that's part of growth.
It's a sign
You
of
guys
growth.
me?
That's a sign of growth. Exactly.
Huge
Yeah.
growth.
And
Huge
you
growth.
know how like we meet on Sundays and Thursdays, so we don't have time to meet every single day type thing. Is Larb, I recommend if you have like a pen and a pad next to you, like I recommend that in your free time, if you have time, watch David Goggins. That man is king of turning pain, like suffering, all that crap that had in his life into fuel.
Goggins.
David Goggins.
Doggin. Yeah, that's absolutely. The guy is he's a gold mine.
Yeah.
A lot to learn.
Yeah.